I don't know how many times I've done this video, but I've done it a lot of times. Yeah. So let's focus on entry points. I'll just choose. I'll close my eyes and just press on any market. Let me do this. Like I'm gonna close my eyes and just press. I don't know when I'm press. What did I press? Uh, US dollar currency index. Let's see what's happening. But this is the US dollar index, the DXY. Now I want to show you something. I want to show you. You can choose to trade the full market movement, the direction of the market, right? Or you can check the market and say, okay, the market is in an up direction, an upwards direction. And if you don't know what DXY is, this is the US dollar index. It represents the US dollar strength. So that means US dollar strength has been going up, right? The US dollar has been doing fine. If it has been buying, which means it has been doing okay. So now let's look at what? Let's look at entry points. Since well we know that the US dollar index has been going up, we wanna look at the current market price. Current market price is that US dollar index created this low, right? And it created this high on the 15-minute chart. Our entry points, we want to find entry points. Our entry points, we enter our market in our 5 minute. So we see this is our current low, the low that it was given. If we were gonna enter trades, it would probably be around this low, right? And what happened? Boom, we see, okay, that low was acted upon. Now what happened? There was this high, boom, the market broke above this high, it retested, but then came back up, came to retest again here. Now the market is around here, right? So we're gonna take this, let's do this. So we're expecting the market to react around these places, right? And this is the high that we expect in the market to break and go above, right? So this is what's happening. If we put things around here and say, okay, this is where the market reacted currently, current market price, this is what's happening. Fine, it's fair, it's fair, it's fair. So we have this touch, boom. Or let me just use this. We have this, the first touch, right? The second touch, right? Because this is the 5 minute. If you entered here, it wouldn't be a problem to let the market come here and go there, right? But I know you want to enter now, which is fine. So you can just enter lightly so that you don't blow on your way here. In fact, this will be a more reason to add your trades. Just enter. If the market do decide to come down here, add more trades around here, right? But what we know is that current market price, the direction of the market is showing us that the US dollar index is still going to continue to buy. Why? Because of current market price is on a buy, right? This eliminates a lot of analysis paralysis. You don't need to have analysis paralysis. You see what's happening now? You can actually take trades as the market is moving. You are trading the real life market. You are not just guessing and saying the market is gonna do this. You wanna trade the real life market. You don't wanna trade speculation. I know that the market is speculative, but as a trader, you want to trade what's happening recently, because that's the way that the market is, you know. Unfortunately, when you take your entries, you're not gonna take your entries, um you got, unless you put orders, you're not gonna take your entries, not gonna take your entries by speculating, or doing that. You have to take your entries at the moment, or you must either wait for the market to reach a certain point and take a trade, right? So if you cannot wait, you must at least know what the market is doing now, in order to say, okay, now currently this candlestick is what, this candlestick is currently moving, it's still open, it has 3 minutes to close, and it's still pushing to the downside. The probabilities of this market pushing up right now, we don't know when it's gonna push up, but we know around these areas that we are waiting for the market to move up, right? So you wait for the market, or you just enter lightly, so that you wait for what, you wait for the market to just shoot to the upside. It kills a lot of, it kills a lot of confusion, you know. You can even take your entries in the 15 minutes, come here and say, okay, this was a high. When the market was here, you could have taken, first trade. When it broke here, you take your first trade if you are confident enough, or you just let it go up, come back down, take this trade. It goes up, it comes back up. This is a second trade. Boom. The market went what? The market went up. The market went up. Came retest, first trade, up, second trade, and now the market went up again. You can take a trade here, it's fine. You'll wait for it to do whatever it wants, and then boom, it will go up. But you know that current market price, you must look at the current market price, right? It's the most important thing, because if you look at the overall trend and you say 1 hour, you're gonna say this is something that the market must retest. It retested upon, yes. You're gonna say, okay, yeah, the market must come. But what is the market doing currently? We know we are in a buy, but what is the market doing currently? You can tell the market currently is buying, but the market currently is doing this, consolidating, consolidating, right? We're expecting that. Our expectations are biased, but the market currently is consolidating. I'm gonna just do this, close my eyes, and then, but I looked at this market. So let me just choose another random thing I haven't been looking at. I haven't been looking. This is a very challenging one, because I remember it had spikes, a lot of spikes. So let's see what current market price is doing. This is entry point. We are dealing with entry point now. I did a lot here, yo. I did a lot. So listen, USD JPY, we can tell 1 hour. What's happening in the 1 hour? We are buying, right? What's happening currently? Current market price. Okay. Current market price. This is a low that was acted upon, right? Fine, we understand that low. I can even pull it until here, right? We can analyze from here going upwards, but come on, we cannot analyze everything, you know. We know that the market is buying. We want to join the trend. We want to buy with it. This is a low that the market was at. These are the highs that we eventually want to break, right? We want to break these highs. Current market price, what's happening? Okay, what's happening is that, okay, we had this. We understand that the market is in this range, right? But boom, the first thing we notice is we had these buys, these highs that were broken, right? We couldn't enter because of what? We didn't have retested. We didn't have retest. but then we had these lows that we created. Current market price is that the market is down at this area. You see, reacted the first time were not sure what was gonna happen. Fine, there's no way we can enter our trades. Maybe we could have entered here, right? Yeah. Say okay, since well this is a high, boom, fine, entered light. The market pushed to the upward, to the upside, came back, retested, entered the second trade. Market pushed to the upside, and then boom, that trade, right? Currently, the market is pushing up. You know, could have added so many entries and then expected the market to break these, maybe retest on it, and eventually break to the upside. Since well, USD JPY is buying. We cannot enter here though, because of we are at the high, right? Yes, at least we could have entered around here. We could have entered around here, around these zones, right? We can at least afford this drawback, fine. But we cannot enter there. We are at that high. So what must we do? We must wait. We must wait. Jeez. We must wait for the market to kind of like dip, and then we can enter from here or anywhere near this area or near this zone. Wait for the market to go up. It's either that or we must wait for the market to break, come and retest around here. It might dip, it might do whatever it want, but around here, this is where we buy. That's where we will see, okay, that's where we buy. That's where we want the market to break, and then that's where we expect the market to move to our direction. When we look at current market price, it becomes much more easy as long as the market price aligns with the direction. And if you take an opposite trade, right? If you take an opposite trade, might as well be a short-term trade. It cannot be a long-term trade. At least when it's an uptrend or a bullish trend, and you take a buy, at least you can take a buy and hold, right? You can put your stop loss or just hold the market. uh, the probabilities of the market going up and breaking that areas are more. I'm saying the probabilities. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but the probabilities. But we know one thing. One thing's for sure is that the market move in step ladders. We've seen it. We've seen it. This is a very good market. What's happening here? We see we are expecting boom. The market is bullish, but this is our high. Where is our low? Right? These are our lows. The lows that we have seen, the current lows that we have seen in this uptrend, right? Now let's look at the current market. What is the current market doing? We know that the market is in the overall buy, but currently the market retested here, boom, right? Right? A lot of people would have sold around here or around here once the market comes back. And what did the market do? The market came, retested, boom, fine. We understand. The market came, retested. A lot of people could have taken entries. Whoever is comfortable, retested. Okay, fine, we understand. Now, these are lows. Boom, retested, fine. Overall lows. Now, when we look at current market price, right? When we look at current market price, we want to ideally buy here because of the market is in the overall buy, right? So we want to do what? We want to see a lot of rejection around this area. Current market price we have to kind of like monitor the price around here, see what's gonna happen. I would buy right now because of what? I would buy right now and say, okay, let me go to the 15 minutes. Say, okay, let me buy right now because we are around here. We are currently around here. If you take a buy right now, I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you. I really wouldn't, because currently we are here. We are in this zone where we are willing to buy, right? We want to buy in this zone. That's the zone. That's our buy zone. That's our buy zone, right? According to our highs and lows, these our these are our overall. This was a low, went there, boom, retested, boom, and then you see that double top, fine. Now play around, it's playing around. These are the lows that we would want the market to retest from. So we would buy from now. Even though if the current market price is still doing this, even though the current market price is doing this, we can take our buys here, right? Take our buys, our nice nyana buys, wait for the market to come here. If it breaks below, it's fine. It's fine. We don't enter heavily. It's fine. We just wait for the market to just shift. But I would like you to take your entries a lot more early, especially your first entries, light entries, a lot more early, so that you wait for the market to what? Maybe play around. It will do whatever it wants and then go back. Right? Current market price, it's here. Current market price, it's here. If you found it here, at least you would have taken a sell and say, okay, this is the overall low that we are looking for. And look at this. How many times it gave you opportunities to enter this sell? One and then twice, right? If you didn't take it there, you could have just entered here, waited for the market to just retest. You could have entered here, you could have entered here, and then this wouldn't have blown your account because you entered properly the first trade, second trade goes back down. Take your profit here if you want, because it reached your overall high, right? Take your profit here because it reached your overall low. Sorry about that. Overall low, right? If you want it, take your sell here. So basically you would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cells, and then now this is your first buy, fine. This is your second buy. You take your second buy here. Wait for it to play around. Wait for it to play around. As long as it goes to your direction, you will add more entries once the market gives you another retest. Even if it's around here, add another entry until the market reaches where? Until the market reaches this overall high. Until the market reaches this overall high. That's when we will take our entry. I mean, our take profit. I'm making a lot of mistakes, but it's fine. I'm doing this for me. Right? This is where we'll take our profit, right? So the most important thing in this thing is the entries. The entries are very important. And once you work with your time frames, you can sell your rejections. Look at this rejection. Rejection. These rejections. These rejections. Look at the time now. Now it's like 212. So the market is not gonna move. USD card is not gonna move because it's gonna move once it's in session. So you want its session to be active, but you can tell rejection, and then we're gonna wait for rejection as well. Wait to see what's gonna happen. Once we get our rejection, we are gone. We are gone. You are taking this to the upside until, yeah, believe it or not, you might not think it's a lot of money, but if you take your entries around this area until your TP, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And the chances you're gonna get to scale in around here, I'm telling you, you can actually do a lot with it, you know, unless it actually breaks and comes below. If it does, so what? You know, if it does, so what? You're trading a system. You're not trading to be perfect. You do not own the market, but you are trading a system. So always remember that this is a system. Look at how the market moves, and then from that, try to make it easier for yourself. Try to look at current market price. Don't try to enter your trades, be a sniper entry. Don't try to do all that. It's not gonna benefit you if you're gonna stress yourself. You want to make your money, and if you don't make it, at least you must hit your stop loss or lose that amount and then look for the next opportunity.